Hey YouTube, this is Alexander, and today I'm going to be bringing you a video that I've waited all year long to do, and this is my video unboxing and first impressions of the Nexus 6. So I'm going to be honest with you guys, I have already unboxed the Nexus 6 technically when I got it on, I think it was Friday of last week, to go ahead and use it and get a sense of how it felt and all that good stuff. So this is sort of a faux unboxing, but I thought it'd be nice to go ahead and show you guys the packaging as well as the contents inside. Anyway, continuing on, here on the back we have the picture of the Nexus 6, and then we've got the 32GB indicator as well as the color indicator right under that. This is the Weit version, which retails on Google Play for $649 for the 32GB version, and then $699 for the 64GB version. And of course you can get it subsidized on a carrier. But anyway, opening it up, here is the massive behemoth of a phone, the Nexus 6. Just when you thought they couldn't get any bigger, it's got pretty much a 6-inch display coming in at a resolution of 2560 by 1440. But we'll go ahead and take a look at that in a few minutes. Here we've got the packaging, or the quick start guide rather, and it just basically gives us quick information about the charger and where to go if we need help with our Nexus 6 and all that good stuff. We've got the safety and warranty guide, which is bedtime reading, as well as the SIM card removal tool. This is going to help us take the tray out to put in the nano SIM, which is what the Nexus 6 takes. Now we've also got the micro USB cable, which seems to be shortened from the Nexus 5's cable, but it's not really a huge deal. Just thought I'd make note of that. And then the turbocharger, which is going to be good to give us, I believe, about 15% in 15 minutes. And I think, according to Google, that's about 6 hours. I'll have an official statement down below in case that's wrong. But yeah, this is the turbocharger, which is going to charge the Nexus 6 a little bit faster. It's basically an effort to combat the weaker battery life that we're experiencing with smartphones. Give them a quick charge in a shorter amount of time. But anyway, that's pretty much all that's inside the box. So yeah, you've got the box, you've got the turbocharger, the micro USB cable, and the Nexus 6. Now the white, I wanted to let you guys know, seems to be a little bit more of an off-white. It's not a pure white. So if you guys were thinking about getting the white, make sure you check it out before you get it, or if you have a chance to take a look at pictures, it's more of an off-white. Anyway, here on the right hand side we do have the power button as well as the volume rocker right underneath it, and these are both towards the middle of the frame because the device is so huge. It makes more sense to have them in the middle. The power button has a little bit texture to help you differentiate it from the volume rocker, and on the top of the device we have that 3.5mm headphone jack, which I wish was on the bottom, but alas it's not. And we've got that nano SIM tray. And you'll notice all along the edges, or around the sides rather, we do have a nice metal, and it feels really good, I gotta say. In the morning, waking up and taking your phone from wherever you had it the night before and just picking it up and using it, the cold metal is a feeling like no other. There's really you can't go back to any other material once you've felt that. It's a really nice feeling, and it's very refreshing every morning to pick it up and just have nice cold metal. Anyway, on the left hand side there is nothing, although we can see little breaks in the top and bottom for the antenna, and that is true for all the other sides that you see those. Anyway, on the bottom we've got that micro USB port as well as the FCC information and all that good stuff that they usually slap on the back. I really like that they put it on the bottom. It gets it out of the way, it doesn't muck up the back, the Nexus logo and all that good stuff that we're going to take a look at. So A+ here for Google and Motorola getting this stuff on the bottom. It just looks worlds better on the back when they put this stuff somewhere else, and I hope this stuff soon one day doesn't even need to be here at all, but it is, and here it is on the bottom. You can also see here on the bottom that the speaker does protrude a bit from the glass, and it's not really a huge deal, but that is something to take note of. So here, taking a look at the back, we can see that camera, we can see the Moto logo with the dimple, the Nexus lettering, and the microphone. Taking a closer look at the back, we can see that 13 megapixel camera with an f-stop of 2.0. It's capable of recording video at 4K at 30 frames per second, and we've also got that dual LED ring flash. Just under that, we have a Motorola logo with the dimple that I've sort of had to readjust to actually put my finger right on the dimple, but it does feel really good. And then just under that, we've got the Nexus lettering, and we've you can see that metallic look of the Nexus lettering as well as the Moto logo. And then just underneath all that, we've got one mic. This phone, let me tell you, is huge. So if you guys haven't yet used it in store or in person anywhere, and you're on the fence about it because of the size, this is something that you definitely want to go in and take a look at for yourself. Make sure it fits comfortably in your hand, or at least you can adjust your hand placement to use this thing comfortably. It's not something that I can really get away with using one hand, and that's a little unfortunate because I am walking around quite often, but yeah, this thing again is just a behemoth, so definitely make sure you go in and check it out before you buy it if possible. So anyway, we can see here that 5.96 inch, so essentially 6-inch display with a resolution of 2560 by 1440, so it is QHD. It's an AMOLED panel, and it's going to give you a PPI of 493. Now this display is really big, I gotta say, and there's really not any other way to say that. It's just a giant display, and you're honestly probably gonna have to use two hands with it if you've got smaller hands like I do. I think I have probably the smallest hands out of anybody I've seen review this phone on YouTube, so it's going to be interesting seeing how I use it and how I get adjusted to it, because yeah, like I said, my hands are a little bit smaller than anyone else I've seen use this phone, but it should be interesting to see how I get adjusted to it. It also weighs 184 grams, and that's a weight that I actually didn't see being as comfortable to use as it actually is. The Nexus 5 that I'm coming from is about 130 grams, and this thing is about 50 grams more, and I didn't really notice too much of a weight difference. It does get a little heavy if you're holding it for a long time, but I honestly thought it was going to be worse, so that's a plus, I guess, that it is sort of a heavy phone, but it doesn't really feel that heavy. So here you can see the ambient display, which is what's replaced the notification LED, and my feelings are that I kind of wish I had the option to toggle between the two, but unfortunately I don't. Here we can see that massive 6-inch display at work, and because it is an AMOLED, you're going to get really deep blacks, and for the most part, in my short testing, I've noticed them to look really nice. I've always liked AMOLED displays. I do notice something that's a little weird on the Nexus 6 that I haven't noticed on any other phones that I've used either extensively or just for a short period of time, and that is when you turn the display down around 15% or 20 or less, you're going to get pink. The screen is just basically going to turn on a pink hue for every color on it, and it looks a little annoying, I gotta tell you. I hope it's something that can be fixed with a software update, because it basically makes all the colors look really ugly, and on a panel this big and this pixel dense, you shouldn't have any problems here, especially for the cost of the device. There should be no pinking, or I guess pinkish colors coming in. But yeah, and anyway, I hope that's something that can be fixed with a software update. So battery life is something you guys might be wondering about, and unfortunately I can't really say much again because this is just a first impressions and I haven't used it long enough to really get a gauge on the battery, but I will say that it is better than the Nexus 5. But yeah, that's all I'm going to say, so just stay tuned for my full video review. I'm actually planning to leave on a trip after Christmas, so I'll be gone for quite a while and I'll have time to put it through its paces and use it more extensively outdoors and whatnot. So definitely check back and make sure to subscribe for my full video review of the Nexus 6. Anyway, that's pretty much going to end the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. That was my full unboxing and first impressions of the Nexus 6, and here you can see sort of a Nexus transformation minus the Galaxy Nexus. I'm still trying to get my hands on one, but yeah, the Nexus line has really grown from just a small 3.7-inch display, which at that time was big for phones, all the way up to a massive 6-inch display, beastly specs. So anyway, I'm really excited to get my hands on this guy and finally be able to do a full video review and use it. If you guys have any questions or you want to see something in my review that maybe I didn't cover here, or that maybe nobody else has covered, or just something that you want to see me talk about, be sure to leave a comment down below. That's pretty much going to end the video. I hope you guys enjoyed. If you did, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe down there for more, and yeah, I'll see you in the next one. Peace.